right now. This episode of Social and Refined. Let's do
Alright, shit, we live.
it. Welcome to the Unrefined Podcast. Here we have our host, myself, of course. You can call me Fizzle, Philip, whichever you want to call me. We got Quad in the building. We got Kane in the building. We got T in the building. Gentlemen, y'all feeling this fine evening?
Hey man, just trying to stay cool, man.
All right. Surely warming up out here. It's warming up out here in these streets. But my boy Drizzy trying to, send a little blizzard in, man. If y'all don't know the news that came out this week, Drizzy Drake, because that's what he's calling himself now. Drizzy Drake dropped 3 albums. Not one, not two, but 3 different individual projects. And we have been anticipating these albums for at least a and a half now. I'm gonna just jump off the porch and give my review. I think he met expectations, and kind of even exceeded some with these 3 albums. I don't know what other fans was listening for, but me personally, I was listening for more of a more of a mature vibe, more of a like, I want to address what's going on in the beef and then move past it. And I think he was able to achieve that with this album. And another thing that I liked about it was the diversity that he showed as well with the other 2 albums. He gave us everything. He showed his whole repertoire, in my personal opinion, of all the things that he can accomplish. He showed us he could be a rapper, he could be a pop star, he can blend other genres of music like Afro beats, even a little reggae. But I think where he made his biggest mark, of course, was with IceMan. Man, Kane, can you pull up that album for me so I can see the track list? If you can't, I'm gonna pull it up on my end. Cause man, I think it's a few songs on there. It's a few songs on there that as I listen to it more, that I really, really, really like. That I didn't probably initially pay much attention to. Man, the songs that stood out to me was Too Hard for the Radio, for sure. Little Birdie was cool. Burning Bridges was hard. I love that song. I love that song. That's some real shit on there. Shebang was cool. Ran to Atlanta was fire to me. Dust was cool. Whisper My Name. Didn't really like Janice Shut the Fuck Up, but that was all right. All the Make Them tracks sounded similar to those like those timestamp tracks that he be making. When I got to Made in Honor, I liked Whole Phase. I like Outside Tweaking, Cheetah Print. BBW was cool, but I didn't like the last half of that album. I want to say from like Where's Your Stuff, the interlude, like Q&A stuff, Goose and the Juice. Like all of those tracks were kind of like, to me, they felt like throwaways. Like, let's put these on the album to kind of like reach a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Then once we got to Habiti, I thought that was exclusively for the last. So I really didn't like spend a lot of time listening to that, but I like Gen 5, Classical, WNBA was all right, and I like the song Fort Worth. So to me, man, like just overall, I think IceMan was the better of all 3 of the albums. Like now that I revisited it, right. I think if you like more of a R&B Drizzy, Habiti will be second. But to me, I love when he kind of like goes into that, when he make like dance tracks, he make bops for the strip club. Like I really, really enjoy when Drake does that. So I would say, me personally, I would rank him like only because Made Honor got like back end really not that good to me. I got to place it second, but when I first heard it, I liked Maid of Honor more than I like Iceman. And of course, Habidi, that's for the ladies. So you know what I'm saying. Like if you enjoyed like King and Drake, I think that was a cool little touch from him. What y'all think?
Like I haven't listened to it yet, but I just had a few questions. Like just from the perspective of just listening to his past work or his last albums, does it feel like he should have put these albums out just based on what you
That's a
heard?
good question. That's a good
Yeah,
question. I think these I think I think like if I look back on his past, um, a few albums, yeah, I think he needed to do something like this. I thought this was very necessary from him, just to show his like versatility, just to show his range. Kind of like, because when the rap beef was going on, they like people focus on the rap, but I think with albums like Honestly Nevermind, and even with like some of his more recent music, like the Party Next Door album, like he started to kind of like venture off away from rap just in general. So when he added these other two albums, that was a real nice touch.
yeah,
So it's like, because I feel like if he would have just dropped Iceman alone, a lot of people would have criticized him for like, oh man, you still talking about a rap beef that's 2 years old, right? It would have been just that. But
yeah,
now when you add the other two albums, it's like, oh, you really been working on trying to like provide a different sound like all together. And I think that was a brilliant move by him and his
yeah.
team, of course.
Dang, that's good to hear because I really like For All the Dogs, so I'm kind of glad to kind of see what he came out with.
Man, I listened to Fogs. I feel like he was trying to reach a younger generation with that album. So it really didn't like hit for me like I wanted it to, but I did like a couple of tracks off of it. But I think these albums are better than For All the Dogs, in my personal opinion.
Hmm. Okay.
Kane, what you thinking, man?
I liked it. I ain't been this excited over music in a long time. So I'm happy we got what we got. You know, I like most of the songs. It's growing on me. I probably listened to it like 5 times. So
Like, what stood out the most to you about the album? Like, was it production? Was it the fact that he really don't got a lot of singles on me and a lot of features on here? Was it like the content that was inside the lyrics? What was the main thing that stood out to you about these albums?
to be honest, I can't tell you nothing. I don't know if anything stood out for me. I mean,
So what did you like? So like what do you think that you like about it? Like was it just the release? You feel like the release was necessary and that kind of like broke up some things, or was it just like you said, like just the music itself, like just hearing new music from Drake, like hearing fresh music from him was refreshing.
um, I think it was just getting good music, and it's like really good music.
Yeah.
Like
Now, what would you rank these albums like over like compared to his previous albums?
I would have to let
Like
it
see, like
sit in.
Iceman the most.
I would have to let it sit in
Okay.
because it would be kind of unfair. Like I don't want to let the hype of it cloud my judgment. Like all those other projects had time to like settle in and kind of, you know what I'm saying, solidify themselves in time or in a ranking. But I go right now, I could say this or that, but I might feel more about it later. I might feel less about it later. You know what I'm saying? And I've had an opportunity to for those projects to find their level. You know what I'm saying? As far as like
I
how
feel that.
much I like them and how much I don't like them. But
I like
I
that
I
way of
feel that.
listening to music.
but honestly, bro, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. To me, the album is just good music. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like
Yeah.
it's not really about what he's saying. Like that plays a part into it, but
Yeah.
like I was telling T earlier, I was like, the first time you listen to it, don't try to like use part of your brain energy to kind of decipher, you know what I'm saying? This bar, that bar, what he's saying, you know what I'm saying? Try to like listen to it
Yeah.
for the music first. Cause you're gonna wanna like the music good enough that you're gonna wanna listen to it again. So
Right.
when you listen to it again, the more times you listen to it, you gonna like kind of naturally catch stuff you didn't miss. Cause I'm catching stuff that I missed, and I haven't been looking for. You know what I'm saying? This bar, or nothing. I haven't been looking. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like you
Ma-
appreciate it more if you just listen to it for the music. Cause he dissing somebody on every song. So if you trying to like really break it down, it's gonna take you a while. Just try to take the like decide if you like the music, and then once you break it down lyric wise, you might like it more. Because for me,
Yeah,
I was kind of hesitant, skeptical about it at first. Like hearing the leaks, I was like, man, I hope the album ain't all this like slow shit. Just him kind of speak rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of just talking
Yeah.
his
Spoken
words.
word rap
Yeah,
for
spoken.
sure.
That's a great spoken word. Um, on them slow beats. And a lot of he gave us a lot of that, but he also had like a lot of beat switches. So
Yeah. 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 True.
that kind of saved like a lot of vibes. Um, so I mean, to be honest, bro, it's the first album in a long time that's gotten better with every listen. And it's some
Okay.
songs where you think you like trying to figure out what songs you like and you don't like, and you like, yeah, this is probably one of the songs I don't like or I didn't like, and then halfway through the song the beat switch, so it's like a totally different song. You're like, oh, I did like this song. Cause so kind of he really kind of giving you two songs on one track on a lot of these. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes. Yes.
like the future track is two different songs. Like it started off one way and then
Yes.
halfway through the other it's a totally different vibe. So um, it's really like a roller coaster. You can get lost in this if you liking the music. You can just let it ride, and you know what I'm saying. You're gonna get lost in the music because he didn't really do a excellent, like a great job as far as transitioning the song to song. But as far as track placement, I like how he would do like slow, mid tempo, and then hit you with kind of like an upbeat banger before you kind of get bored with it. And then another slow track, another mid tempo, and then like another upbeat kind of banger. Cause, you know, but I will say on the songs where he like doing that spoken word shit or like the slow beats, um, those are some of the songs where he talking the most. That's another thing. Like even on the songs, because I guess I'm favoring like the production on this album. You know what I'm saying? So I guess on the slower
Hmm.
tempo beats where he would be doing the spoken word thing, the bars are there to carry the lack of charisma in the beats. You get what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I feel like it's a decent job. If I had to give it like a test, like a school test grade, I would give it like I think off first listen, I would have gave it like a 89. I think today I would give it like a 92. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think it'll plateau around 94, 95. I don't think it's going no higher than 95. But I don't think it's going lower than a 90. If that makes sense for me.
Okay. So A
That's really
minus.
good.
You
Yeah,
pretty much give it an A minus.
something like that.
That's really, really good. That's classic territory.
Yeah, that
You're
is
making me
classic
excited,
territory.
man. You're making me excited, man.
That is classic territory.
You know.
Claudine, let's hear your take,
Yes,
man.
sir. So I haven't really listened to. I've only listened to Iceman multiple times. I've listened to the other two like one and a half. Um, there were some highlights in Iceman that I liked. There were a lot of points in Iceman that was disappointing. I would say standouts for me would be National Treasure. Shebang was pretty good. Uh, I'll probably go back to Dust. I felt like Ran to Atlanta was kind of performative, almost to the point where it's like he needed to prove a point that he can go to Atlanta, which
Okay.
I don't think that was really necessary to do on this album. But you know, I think that he lingers towards the petty route in his music, and a lot of people like that. Um, I personally didn't care for that. I did like that you can tell that he's been to therapy, and I think for black men in general, being able to express that however you need to is important. Um, you can really tell in some of the songs that the beef did a number on his ego. I think that him pointing out that isolation and loneliness really had him in a bad place. I think he could have easily came on this album and been like, "I was fine." He could have lied, and in my opinion, that's a very big step for Drake to be honest about the I guess the vulnerability of how he actually felt after the beef. Um, I thought the production was definitely the carrying most of. Um,
Y'all
I think
froze on me, bro. I don't know what happened.
I can still hear.
Let me see if I can. My fault. My
Yeah, it's
fault.
still flowing on my end.
Y'all go
Yeah, it's
ahead.
all good on me. It's all good on my end.
Go ahead. Go ahead. My fault. I had to bag out and bag back in. Yo, can y'all not?
too hard for the
Yeah,
radio.
we can
Yeah,
hear you, bro.
yeah, we
Go
hear
ahead.
you.
Bud.
Y'all froze up again.
Yeah, we can still
Nah,
hear you.
I can still hear everybody.
Me too.
Um, what was I saying? Oh, too hard for the radio.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Like, I enjoy beat switches, but I think that they happen too periodically on this record. It was a little bit of overkill in some instances, but like I said, the production was great. I like the production a lot. Um, I think that conceptually it was okay. Um, I think that there were, and obviously, like you're going to talk about what has happened since basically taking a hiatus for the 2 years. Um, you're going to talk about what happened. You're going to talk about people. I didn't necessarily like the DJ Khaled line about him not defending Palestine. Um, I think that was kind of contradicting to Drake's political stances, but I guess he had to get that out there. I don't necessarily think that he needed to bring up LeBron and DeMar Rosen either. Uh, I think I don't know. It's just it didn't really have anything to do. I guess he's getting to express himself. So I just didn't really. I just thought it was kind of like a redundant line. And I don't. What song is that? I think what did I miss? Um,
Mm,
brings that up. Uh, but yeah, overall, Iceman was definitely um, the best out of the three. I don't
for sure.
I don't think that I will ever go back to that R&B album. Um,
Habidi?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
it's to me it's almost unlistenable. And I went back and I listened to like both albums, and then I went back and started listening to them again. I'm just like, this doesn't sound as hot as it did last night when I was like hyped and half asleep. I thought there was some really like bogus bars in there. Um, like him talking about being at the La Quinta and his AC is broken and he has to like go get sodas from Circle K. It was I don't know. It was just a lot of it was just like I felt like a lot of filler tracks that could have been left off. I would have enjoyed if he had taken the five best tracks from each album and made a concise like 15 track album of like the best five. You're still keeping down from each one, so everybody's still getting a little bit of something that they like from Drake. Um,
Okay.
I think that's one of my biggest issues with him as of recent is he has a lot of good songs that get overshadowed by him putting in filler tracks, and I don't know if he does it for the streams to get the numbers up, but I just feel like sometimes some of the tracks are just don't need them, and it takes away from uh, the standouts. But I can go back myself and make a 15 track album of the ones that I would listen to again. Um, if I had to rate these, I would probably give Iceman a 70, and I would probably give the other two 50s.
Whoa.
I don't rate albums high. Like it's just like a grade teacher. I'm not gonna give you an A if I'm gonna make you work really fucking hard for that A.
I don't know why,
Okay.
but it froze again. I'm not sure this
Okay.
is
Um, are you still recording?
I am
Yeah,
recording.
Okay.
But
I'm
Well,
screen
we'll keep
recording.
going. All right, we'll keep going. Um, man, I thought okay, so you haven't listened to Habidi. Is it just because like you said it's unlistenable? Like what makes it unlistenable to you? Is it the
I
production? Is it the
I know
content?
I've listened, and I will say there's one song on there that I probably will go back to listen to, and that's "Classic." I thought that was a great track.
Okay.
Um,
You didn't like Gen 5?
uh,
Okay.
it was good, but
I thought that was the best song on that album.
I might have to go back and listen to it. But off the first listen or two, it didn't stick with me. And like I know a lot of
Okay.
people are like, you got to go back and listen and listen. Well, I treat music sometimes like a book, and like I don't necessarily once I read a book, I don't necessarily like I should be able to comprehend what I need on that first listen, like a first read, to
Yeah.
know if I'm going to like this again or not. And
Okay.
I think replay value kind of triggers that for most people with like being able to dissect the things that is coming at you and being able to be like, okay, there's potential here, or there is something about this that is last or longing laster than it's going to stay on my mind. And like
Right.
a lot of those tracks did not stay on my mind. I felt the same way about the Valentine's Day album he dropped with Party Next Door. I listened to that album one time and it never came back to me like, man, I really want to go back and listen to these certain tracks.
Right.
Um, and I also think just another critique is I liked when Drake used his raw voice because he can sing good enough to make the song good. And I think that he uses a lot of auto tune now. I don't know if that's him trying to keep up with the trends or the times, because you have a lot of you have a lot of rappers today that are just like they're not even giving them like I feel like they go into the studio knowing like yeah we're gonna use auto tune without figuring out what does that raw sample sound like before I go and start, masking things. It's kind of
Right.
like AI. It's like, have you thought for yourself before you went to ask ChatGPT, like, for help? So
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think it's disappointing because I feel like, artists change and grow. And I hate it that, like, I don't feel like Drake has grown as an artist in the last 3 or 4 albums. I really enjoyed Honestly Nevermind
Me too.
because it gave me a different element of how he used um, Gordo as a producer to create a house album in some ways, dance album. Um,
Yeah.
Very replayable for me. I love going back to it. It stays in rotation. Um, But in these days, like I feel like when I go back, like if I'm in the gym, I'm listening to "If You're Reading This Is Too Late." Nothing was the
Yeah.
same. I'm
Yeah.
listening to the Care Package. Um,
Right.
there's some songs on More Life that I'm like, Passion Fruit is one of my favorite songs of all time.
For
Um,
sure.
it's
For sure.
just
And then
that
and how it transitions to the Georgia interlude, like those three songs all together. I kind of mash
phenomenal.
them all together as one song.
And
Right.
like it sucks because it's hard to be like, well, artists express themselves as they further in their career, but like, man, I just don't think that like Drake is putting any type of intentionality into like doing that anymore. And like I keep listening to these albums like Certified Lover Boy, For All the Dogs. And I will say those like 5 tracks that he put out like as a B-sides after the original For All Your Dogs, I thought those were great because they sounded intentional. And I really liked how they were all different too. But I just think for like especially these last 3 recent albums that I'm listening to right now, it's just like It's lots of filler, lots of masking. Um, there's good bars here and there, but like overall, it's not conceptual the way that I would like to hear it. But you know,
Man, I think you hit the head on the nail right there with when you said the intentionality of it. Because see me, I expect the artist to kind of like continue to change their sound as they grow. Like one of the reasons why we kind of hold the baby is because I mean, if you listen to the baby's first album, first mixtape, it's still like the music that he putting out right now.
yeah,
So I get exactly what you mean by that. I think
yeah.
that like I think that Drake has moved into a space where he either got to make the hits or he got to continue to grow. And I think he's just trying to figure out a way to like kind of balance that because I mean over the album, you know what I'm saying, he's speaking a lot about like people want him to put the album out soon or people want him to do particular things that he's trying to process. So you know, I think that it was certain songs that felt like that they were really genuine, like they were really like him trying to put himself in a space where he's vulnerable with his fans. But I also feel you on the filler track where, like, you know, because I think Drake do a good job at making throwaways. Like, I don't know, like any other rapper that really does a good job at making like throwaway tracks and like this is not your best track, but it's not bad either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we can consume it, but
I mean,
we don't know that
Little Wayne's the last person to do that, and ironically, he successed
that's
Little
who
Wayne.
he signed. Right, right. So it's just like to me, man, it's kind of like figuring out like, okay, were you intentional here? Were you like kind of just giving us this here? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that whole BD album was kind of like, all right, let me just throw this out there. You know, we put this on wax. So will it be able to generate the buzz that we think it could? And I think him putting out that care package also kind of like insinuated for him at least like, yo, my fans are gonna consume my shit no matter what. Cause like we had all them tracks, you know what I'm saying? We just ain't had all in one place. You know what I mean? So for like and I think also, you know, you want to generate new fans on your new projects as well. And I think he's more so like at this state wants to because he's almost 40, you know what I'm saying? He want to connect to the 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds. And I think he like does that through streaming. He does that through like connecting with, you know, like a Molly Santana, who to me really didn't add shit to that song. But, you know, people fuck with Molly Santana, you know what I'm saying? Whomever that may be. And like I'm watching Ben the Don, he putting out highlights of the stream. Like I didn't know that Yana. I don't even know who Yana is. You know what I'm saying? But Drake put the streamers on the album, so I think he's trying to. I think he's trying to connect three different generations, and that's probably why he put out three different albums.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, like majority, especially now that the albums have dropped and you kind of get to see the internet do its thing, majority of his fans now are 25 and younger. Like that's
Right.
who I see talking about the albums. Um, but you know that's perfectly fine. I don't think it's wrong for people that have been fans since day one to critique or criticize his music not being up to par for what they're used to with him because like we're still fans, you know? So, and you can't please everyone. So if that's the direction, if we're deciding if that's the direction that Drake is taking, he's appealing to the younger crowd, I've outgrown it. And that's totally fine. I listen to thousands of artists a year. It's and I may be more, I guess, numb to it because I don't really have any type of emotional connection to him anymore because it's just another album to me. If it's good, I'm gonna keep listening. I'll praise it. But if it's not up to par for what I'm looking for, then I'm not gonna listen to it again. But I listen to everything that comes out, and I'm gonna have an opinion on it. But
For sure.
it's just that's it.
All right, man. Any more further comments about it? I know T, you haven't gotten a chance to listen to it, dog. If I'm gonna recommend anything, like any suggestions, just kind of go into it with an open mind. Think about it as if these tracks are for a younger crowd, and you'll be able to kind of like pick up the energy and the vibe that is being like portrayed on this album. But since we giving the teacher grades, man, I would probably give it like a B. Just all three albums to collectively, I would probably give it like a B. Um, I don't think that I don't think that he did something that was like groundbreaking. You know what I mean? But he kind of like repositioned himself in hip hop again. And now he can go on tour and continue to build on the momentum that he created by dropping these three albums all at once.
Yeah, I really hope that like him putting these three out was to truly get out of the deal to go independent,
Yeah,
and
for
he
sure.
gets back to being able to make like the music that he wants to make.
Absolutely. Because I think if Drake was to drop like 2, 3 more years from now, I'm still gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna
Sure.
tune in because I think that he still got a lot to say. Um, and but I think like what the older crowd will want. I mean, I'm just myself personally. I just want to see him like kind of, you know, like make more of the relationships that he creates with the different women that be in his life. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was one of those fans that live vicariously through those Drake lyrics, especially with albums like "Take Care," "Nothing Was the Same," and if you're reading this, it's too late. Like when those albums dropped in my lifetime, bro, like that was like that's exactly what I needed to hear. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So now that we're getting older, it's like, all right, Drizzy, like, you know what I'm saying? Are you like how's your relationship with your baby moms? You dig what I'm saying? Like I like the fact that he expressed that his dad was going through cancer. And I'm battling this. I'm battling frustration. I'm battling aging. Like that shit was real to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
yo, So to me, man, it was just like certain bars that was really like what I needed to hear. But like overall, you know what I'm saying? I think what the album was like. If I was to be the album, I think it was lacking a little bit more authenticity. Um, but it's very marketable though. It's very, very, very marketable. Like he gonna get played back on the radio. He's gonna get played in the strip clubs. He's gonna get played like as you working out. So you're not gonna not come Drake over the next year or so. But
For sure.
like once we want to reach out like to older fans, like once you want to get back, if he want to if you want to capture more of his older fans and people more of his age, he'll probably have to be a little bit more vulnerable on it, in these albums. Kane, tell me what you feeling, man. What you thinking, dog? Everything good on your end?
Yeah, what I feel about what?
No, I'm just saying, like, you saying the stream was fucking up, trying
Oh
to see if
yeah,
all is good.
yeah. It seemed like it's cool. When I ain't streaming to the Discord. So
Okay, cool. I bet. Well, man, we gonna put this to bed though. T, we need you to goddamn catch up and listen to the album. I'm just picking, man. I'm just. But